My father started his business in 1921. First of all, he started as a shop assistant in Bells on the quay, which older people would remember vaguely. There used to be a big bell hanging out over the footpath.
What did they sell?
They were chemists. They were manufacturing chemists. They had a factory further down the quay. They were quite big. They were owned by Westcott Pitt, who had a house in Ferrybank, big house. And he worked for them. He went to England for a short time, came back, and eventually, and he founded the first shop assistants trade union in Waterford back in those days, in the days when you could be fired for being in a trade union. So that's a long tradition. He managed the Bells oil and colour section, and that's how all that came about. Mixing your own paint in those days, making French polish. I learned all those things when I was very young. He died in 55. I left school at the age of 15. And I was taught how to make French polish and blend colours and all that sort of stuff, which of course today is called wasted talent because everything was ready made. But he had great foresight, I have to say. Yes, he founded it with a few others. Charlie Henderson told me this. Now, Charlie is dead a long time. He was the father of Bishop Henderson in England. Salisbury or somewhere, I'm not sure exactly where, but he was a bishop of an Irish bishop. But he founded that union with a group of men when he worked in Bells, and they got away with it because in those days, that was about 1915, I think. I'm not sure of the exact details, but he was proud of that, and I saw kind of slightly left-wing tendencies, but not too much.
A bit like yourself. And then him then to go and set up his own business.
Yeah, in 1921.
He must have been very enterprising.
He was. He must have been. I don't remember him that well because I only worked with him for about 2 or 3 years before he died, and I was in school up to that. But yeah, he must have been. He must have been. The polish he made was called Black Beauty boot polish and Xena floor polish. We sold that for years. I can remember all that.
The whole of the quays are splattered down with previous Quaker merchants, as it were, and you would have the Bell family. Now the Bells were chemists, and basically, but they went into teas and coffees as well. And again, people remember this huge big bell that was outside as an advertising mechanism for people. Teas and coffees. The Quakers went into teas and coffees a lot because they were anti-drinking, to encourage people to take the teas and coffees. So there was this huge bell outside, very near where the Granville Hotel is now, and people would go in there and have their teas and coffees there, and it was very successful. In fact, Chapman's was there up to quite recently that also did teas and coffees.